What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk XRP. Some pretty big news today and a price action finally to the upside in the overall market and XRP. But what are we talking about? Well, we've got some pretty interesting news on the clawback vote. That one's definitely going to be one you need to hear about, as well as XRP and two big custody moves. And finally, what did the judge grant today and why is it important if you're holding XRP? Guess what? I got you all covered in this video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with everything going on in the market. And with that being said, let's dive straight into the clawback feature. And we can see that it did pass the majority vote. Now, this is important. Aligned to that vote around the automated market maker, this ultimately gives the ability to freeze features, freeze assets, freeze tokens on the XRPL. This is an important thing. It says the freeze feature essentially restricts user access to their tokens, acting as a temporary lock in response to suspicious activities. Now, if you think about where this wants to go and ultimately what XRP is setting out to do when you get into the financial sector, this becomes incredibly important when you talk about CBDCs or stablecoins. And ultimately, it's not just a technical update, but a strategic enhancement to the chain. It's a deliberate action to allow the temporary lock of these tokens. And I think based on what they're doing with, they're already in place with Palau and Bhutan in terms of what they're doing for the ledger. I think this is incredibly important. This is why overwhelmingly this vote did pass. Now, it's still in its early stages of how it's going to look, but ultimately it will enhance the blockchain's attractiveness to those financial institutions stablecoin issuers. So I think it's a pretty big deal. A lot of people not really talking about it, but think about this in terms of being able to issue coins, being able to pull it back. We see it with banking systems. A lot of times we saw it not too long ago with crypto.com, where they sent hundreds of millions of dollars to just a random wallet and had to take legal proceedings to get that back. Remember, everything is final on the blockchain. This offers something completely unique and different to XRPL. And I think that's why people are excited about it. And likewise, it becomes very, very different. I think it's important. Likewise, what else do we get? Well, this custody market. We talked a little bit about this. This is particularly the link between Hsbc and Metaco. We've covered this a few times on the channel. Ultimately, the custody and tokenization of projects, I think, is important. Again, once built on the XRP ledger or Ripple network, I think is incredibly important. Now, the debate right now, and I guess what people are expecting is HSBC going to use the Ripple network? Are they going to be the first one? Bear in mind, they partnered back up in 2023. Are they going to be the first financial institution to use XRPL? Now, a lot of people would say that that is the case, given the liquidity that's been moved on there, given the tokens that have been moved on there, given everything else that's coming, even just that clawback feature that's now been voted and looking to be implemented. Is this all about being able to be used by financial institutions? Is HSBC going to be that one that takes the plunge, that ultimately becomes the first one to start moving money around on that network? And I think it's an incredibly important point. And finally, well, we get this one. Former prosecutor James Filan recently revealed Judge Sarah Netburn has granted a motion that Ripple recently filed with the court in its case against the SEC. This could end up being a turning point, considering the crypto firm has noted that its motion is the court would benefit if they were allowed to file a surreply to the SEC's latest motion. Now, I hear what you're saying. What is a surreply? It's a great question. Well, ultimately, the surreply is the crypto firm can file an additional reply to the SEC's motion. The commission had initially filed a motion to compel Ripple to produce certain documents. Bear in mind, this is all about the earnings from the sale of their token. They ultimately, therefore, can now reply with a response against arguing that motion. Not the biggest thing in the world, but it will be interesting to see where this goes, given ultimately we already know the SEC has lost technically 3 times with this. So this could give them an opportunity to do things slightly different, or equally argue the case as why they shouldn't be allowed or shouldn't be expected to produce certain documents. We saw similar with the SEC trying to redact Hinman and the Hinman files from this. This is slightly different, but ultimately could correct a significant factual mischaracterization made by the SEC. And that, for me, is a big deal. So 3 really big things for XRP. A lot of people still sitting on the fence. A lot of people still very bearish on XRP. But truly, when you understand the mechanics that sit underneath it, I do think there's some pretty interesting stuff coming very, very soon. So what do we got with the price? Well, here you go. We're sitting in this consolidation phase after a nice little move up here on the 15-minute chart. Likewise, we are trending a good positive direction. Now, if we come slightly further out onto the 4-hour, you can see a good solid move. What do we get on the MACD? Well, the MACD has crossed that signal line, which is good news on here. This definitely shows a more positive indicator. Likewise, we see a good amount of movement here on the chart prime oscillator. So a lot of indicators right now are looking bullish. The only few we have got, the 200 exponential moving average, we are trading slightly below it, as well as the volume price indicator. Here on the chart prime indicators, if you are interested, check out that link in the description. 30% discount by using that link. Get all the access to these, as well as the Discord and YouTube channel, so that your trading is absolutely on point. Now, again, on this price indicator, 5366, we need to break above that and hold. And then we've got a very strong support line here on the 4-hour chart. 55.30 could be eyeing up for this weekend if we get that positive movement. And I think a lot of stuff coming down the line with XRP is definitely something to be bullish about. Let me know, though, as ever, in the comments down below. What do you think of all this? Do you think it matters, or have you already sold your XRP and moved on? I'm always interested for your thoughts. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye-bye.